Shalom Akim. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. And I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule very well. That's continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. And Shalom to the sincere Akim, or the hopeful elect, who's also pushing his work through faith and in truth and in sincerity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled 24/7 Israelites. All right, because the spirit jumped on me to bring out this this lesson, or this pretty much this topic, because just to address that, you probably have some guys that pretty much come into this thing and look at it as a trend or as a fad, something just to get into on the weekends, man. All right, but they don't understand that this thing of ours, us being Hebrew Israelites, it's not a fad or a trend just to get into, man. Okay, because Hebrew Israelites, that's pretty much our that's our nationality, man. That's our heritage. Okay, therefore, if you have a person, that finds out about his heritage, or should I say, inheritance, his family background, then that person be all for it, man. Because I've pretty much seen plenty of examples of people that quote unquote found their lineage and they got into it. But see, the thing with Jake is, this thing of ours, being a Hebrew Israelite, is anti to these Jakes out here, man. Because once they get into it, they realize it's a lot more than just going out every Saturday on the highways and byways, man. It requires more than just showing your face out in the camps. All right. See, the thing about it is, once you come back into being a Hebrew Israelite, back into your nationality, there are you're pretty much coming back into the ordinances of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because we're under his word, man, his promise. All right, this is his covenants, which is given all to us. All right, us being the Hebrew Israelites. All right, and really, his word, his knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and the laws, statutes, and commandments, and his promises and the covenants, they were only given to Israel. All right. If you go and look in the book of Romans, I believe chapter 11, verse 1, Paul said himself that he was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin, and he's pretty much speaking to his brethren or his kinsmen who are Hebrew Israelites, which pertain unto the doctrine, all right, the covenants, the promises, and the giving of the law and the services of the Most High, man. Okay, but like I said before, man, people come into this thing not understanding the gravity of what they're getting themselves into. Okay, but the first precept I want to get to jump this lesson off is Romans chapter 12, verse 2, and it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. So it says right here, man, it said, be not conformed to this world, right? Because we're coming out of the world. All right. Because being in the world means that you call yourself so-called black man, or you call yourself a so-called Negro, or so-called Latino, so-called Mexican, so-called West Indian, or so-called Haitian, so-called Jamaican. You call yourselves under those identities instead of realizing or accepting your identity of being a Hebrew Israelite. Okay, and really taking on the pretty much the practices and pretty much the daily lives of being a so-called Negro or Latino or Native American. You're pretty much being conformed to the world. All right, things that pretty much these Jays get into in this world, That's pretty much that's what you're getting into, man. And the scriptures tell you not to be conformed to this world, man. In other words, that word world, I don't even have to look it up, but by faith, I'm pretty sure it means cosmos. All right. But like I said before, man, you're not supposed to be conformed to this world, but the point in this precept is be transformed by the renewing of your mind. All right, because you're putting away that old man. All right, that old man being under those other aliases or other identities, other being a Hebrew Israelite, which is your true nationality. All right, so you'll find it. So you will know, like the scriptures say. So you know it was that perfect will of the Most High. All right, therefore you can you'll be able to judge from right from wrong, good and evil. Okay. Now I had another precept. I'm trying to call to mind what it was. Okay, now I remember. Give me 1 second, Akim, while I type it in. It's pretty much, not sure if I'm going to title this GMS in transit, but it's pretty much a quick video. Just I'm doing while I'm on the road. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what it is. Just bear with me for 1 second, Akim. Okay. All right, maybe it's yep. Okay. All right, there's Romans chapter 13, verse 12. It says, "The night is far spent." Actually, I'm gonna read. Let's see if I get there. I'm gonna get verse 11. Like here, this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "In that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light." So right here, man, it says, pretty much, man, the night is far spent. In other words, we've pretty much been in America for too long, being calling ourselves these other identities, pretty much being a typical Jake, and it says the day is at hand, in which, in other words, man, it's time to wake up, man, and realize that and accept your nationality or your true nationality. Okay, but even knowing your nationality is not enough, man. All right, now Apostle Elder Gabar, this is what he said before, or this is what he always says. He always says that don't just do it. If you're gonna get into this truth, man, get into it. All right, don't just pretty much ride the wave, so to speak, or coast in this thing. All right, just get into it, man. Okay, like I said before, man, it's your heritage that's been kept away from us for a long time, man, and now we're coming back into it, and by default, you're gonna receive it with joy, man. You're gonna receive your nationality and your heritage with joy. Just like any other person find out what his lineage is, they get into it. Guess what? We're the same way, man. We get into our heritage, and that's how it should be. Not only going on the highways and byways on Saturdays, but get into some words, Hebrew words, going to the law, statutes, commandments, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, whatever you can keep. That's a part of accepting your heritage and actually getting into it, man. All right. Now it says, "Therefore, let us cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light." All right, and that armor is talking about this wisdom, man, this knowledge. All right, that's the armor, because this armor, which is the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, is going to withstand the test of time, man, throughout your life, no matter what it is, man. All right, because there's another scripture where it speaks about having a breastplate of righteousness with the shield of faith. You know, all this ties into that armor, man. All right. And it says, reading on, it says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, and not in strife and envying. Okay. It said, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. All right. So there it is right there, man. It said, put ye on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and that's what it really boils down to. All right. When you accept your heritage and your nationality, it is much more than going out on the highways and byways. No, you're putting on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, because we're representatives of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're the ambassadors. Okay. Therefore, we conduct ourselves as such, man. All right. And it's like, give me a second. Okay. Yeah, man. So we conduct ourselves as such, man. All right. So the day is at hand. So we're going to walk honestly as in the day, because we're of the day, while, you know, typical Jake, you know, out on the streets or whatever, they're of the night, man. Because really, Jake stays out at night, man. All right. I mean, if you want to go on that level, you know, Jake is pretty much spend their nights out on the streets, man. And they don't come back until the next morning, or early in the morning. Okay. But to go on another level concerning that, you know, pretty much we're of the daytime, because our works are of the light, and pretty much Jake, you know, or should I say 2/3 Jakes, their works are of darkness, man. But see, there's a difference between us and them, man. There's a difference between being a Hebrew Israelite and being a so-called Negro, or so-called black man, all right, or so-called Latino, or what have you. All right. But that's the point in this lesson, man. Just want to, you know, bring this out through the Spirit. Hopefully y'all can be edified with this video, man. Until next time, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory once again to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect that's also doing his work, pushing his word, pushing his truth, in faith and sincerity, and all diligence, man. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.